Ladies and gentlemen, we are back. This is the eSports Report Daily Update. I'm Chris Puckett, and as you can see, I have all my toys spread across my desk. It's been a busy weekend, all kinds of Call of Duty action, and today we're breaking it down. For those of you who are enjoying the family time, didn't get a chance to tune into as much Call of Duty as you wanted, don't worry. We got all of the best news and highlights from the last 2 days. Of course, Saturday, opening day for MLG Call of Duty League Season 2. Our 12 new teams duking it out to see which top 8 will move on to play in the championship bracket at Anaheim. The bottom 4 will drop out, play with everyone else, and they will have to be playing in the Season 3 play-in tournament at that Anaheim tournament. So it's important to get the wins, especially early on in the season. Secure your slot. To kick things off, I want to bring on a very special guest from Esports Nation. Please welcome Thomas Reese to the show. You've seen him on the Esports Report in the past. Thomas, how you doing today, Ben?
Man, I'm awesome. I'm still recovering from that Easter food coma yesterday.
You get some candy in your system?
Oh, yeah, tons of chocolate. It's been great. How about you?
Man, I did not get to have any candy yesterday.
No?
I had Brussels sprouts and butternut squash. My girlfriend's trying to keep me skinny or something like that. But let's talk about the action, starting with the 2K series as we kick things off. This one, $2,000 bonus dollars put up by the friends at First Home Mortgage. So a lot of pressure on these top teams. Everyone knew that there's some serious money on the line, and we had a pretty solid turnout. 46 teams showing up. And let's take a look at the bracket here, Thomas. Now, I want you to kind of tell me which of these quadrants in the bracket you thought was the most difficult, because in the top, we had the number 1 seed Complexity, joined by Kelevra Fuse, Ella Wild, that's a combination of Wild and Elevate. Then we had Godlike, that's TJ Howley playing with Saint, Bloods, Accuracy, all of the guys that you saw go in our COD League amateur draft, and then Curse Orange, the new squad, Mud Dog and the boys. Now down in Quadrant 2, it was Envy, FaZe Red, Vex, and Erupt were kind of the big squads there. And then in Quadrant 3, TK, VVV, Realize's new squad, Optic Gaming, Curse Black, and in the 4th quadrant, we saw Strictly Business, FaZe Black, Justice, and Optic Nation. Out of the 4 quadrants, who do you think had the toughest road?
I'm going to say the 2nd quadrant, just because Erupt has been so strong lately online, especially with all the other teams in that quadrant. It was just, they were constantly good matchups throughout the tournament with those teams.
It was pretty solid matches all the way throughout it, and we actually saw a lot of surprising upsets to start things off. I know you write the weekly blog of what happened in the 2K tournament. One of the major storylines we saw was Complexity. Of course, TP was not playing on Easter Sunday. Ogre 2, the legendary MLG hero, filled in for this Cole squad, but they didn't get out of first round. What happened in that matchup?
You know, I don't know if it was just the fact that they didn't have TP or what it really was, but they fought enough to get to the 3rd map of the series, but it was just really, really shocking to see them fall to the 32nd overall seed in the tournament. I mean, you just don't really see that happen that often. Maybe they weren't playing up to their full potential, but it was very strange. One of those weird anomalies.
It was pretty weird. I'll definitely agree with you there. Twitter blew up the moment it happened. Another upset we should talk about here is Vex, a squad that everyone's excited to see after they got into Season 2, of course, winning the Season 2 play-in tournament. Vex Gaming comes in and gets taken down by the squad formerly known as Donut Shop. EMP was playing as EMP Perfection. We saw Grim and the boys that went very far with Donut Shop just 2 weeks ago. They got a top 4 placement. Then this week, they take out Vex. Erupt, also the squad that you and I were just saying how good they looked, especially in these 2Ks. They went out in their first matchup to Carnage. And Carnage is a squad I'm starting to see more and more of. They went pretty far in the Play-in 2 tournament. They caused a lot of trouble for the squads that eventually did move on into Season 2. What do you know of this Carnage team?
You know, I don't know too much about them, but I have seen them pop up frequently in the past few 2Ks, especially this past week, obviously. Taking out Erupt was huge. But, I mean, they're solidly progressing, and I keep seeing their placings get higher. So, I mean, we should definitely keep an eye out them in the future.
So Erupt gets upset by Carnage. Carnage also goes on to take a game from FaZe Red. But what was really shocking is to see the early matchups in the round of 16. We saw SB having to face off against FaZe Black. We saw Justice have to play Optic Nation, Curse Black had to play Optic, and VVV playing TK. So it felt like really high-quality matches in here. Were you surprised at all to see Optic Nation take down Justice, FaZe Black take down SB, Optic take out Curse Black, or TK take out VVV? Or are those all matches you expected to go in favor of the higher seeds?
Yeah, if I were to be doing predictions on that, I would have been 4-0 because all those 4 teams I thought were going to come out and look really strong. And especially with Optic Nation, with them being a brand new roster, I was really impressed with how they played in their first matchup.
Yeah, Optic Nation actually lost that domination game. I was a little bit worried for them. And then you just saw them come out and clean house in game number 2, that search and destroy. I think that is truly the strength of this lineup. And if they ever go to game 5 at an MLG LAN event, you know these guys are going to lock it down. How good did you think the new squads of Justice and Strictly Business look?
I really liked Strictly Business. I think that they have a lot of potential on there. Justice, I think that they have some work to do, but that's just in my opinion. I feel like they could be a really strong team, especially with Stainville on there. He's a long-time veteran, and he's great for them. So, I mean, we just need to see more time of them playing together.
Absolutely. Now, we did see Curse Black take a game from Optic Gaming, but Optic was able to win their matchup. Same thing with Optic Nation. They lost one to Justice. We're able to take their matchup. But TK, they 2-0'd VVV, and this is a squad that I think we need to be looking out for. This is pretty much Realize's new crew. He was the head on Curse Youth for a while. Now he's going to be playing under VVV. What do you think of the new squad? I'm loading it up right now. Realize has put together some very strong players around him, sticking with Diabolic. Do you think these guys have potential of finishing in the top 4 of a 2K again? He's playing with Flawless, Diabolic, Realize, and Sender is the official lineup there.
Yeah, that's actually a very, very strong team, and I'm excited to watch them in the future because it's great to have them under that organization now, and I definitely think that they can go to the semis. It's going to depend on their bracket because every week brackets change. And I'm looking forward to see how they play in the next tournament.
So VVV fell short, so all of our squads unable to pull off the upsets. But upsets went down at the top half of the bracket in the very next round. We saw Kelevra Fuse going up against Curse Orange. And this is a matchup that we watched live as I was casting with Dr. Curry. Curse Orange went up 2-0 in the series, but in game number 3, Fuse turned things around, won blitz by 1 game, and kept it pretty difficult for the guys on Curse Orange through the remainder of that match. Let's take a moment and take a look at some of the highlights from Kelevra Fuse versus Curse Orange in the round of 8. And Think 2 actually had a sniper in his back pocket that I didn't see. He'll show it to you here in his round-ending kill cam. Peekaboo.
See what?
Trojan go for the snipe off the break. Hits it. Nice shot there. Historify hitting his snipe as well.
You don't even need to worry about it, son. I like this play. Looks like the Fuse guys, they didn't get to B fast enough. Already rotating back over to B. Just decided to give it a kiss. Threw it across the map, and guess what? He managed to get a kill. Now attached. Looking towards top pod. Good awareness by him. He's taking out Trojan. 2v2 situation. Bomb is right on top of B.
All right, well, those were some of the highlights. But really what I wanted to showcase there was the sniper work from, we saw Historify and Trojan really taking over that Game 5 on Octane with the sniper rifles. Is Fuse the real deal after watching that matchup? You know, it takes a lot for a squad to come back after being down 2 games.
Yeah, I actually have been watching Fuse a little bit in the past because they've been playing 2Ks a lot. I've been seeing them every tournament. And it was really exciting to see them place this well this tournament because, they were down 2-0 in that series against Curse, and they fought very hard to get back to a Game 5. And I just wanted to point out that when Historify pulled out that sniper on Octane Domination, he went off at the beginning. So, I mean, it was really fun to watch.
Yeah, Historify pulling out a sniper in Domination game number 4. That's something we don't see very often. I didn't get a chance to actually watch that one live. I know you were tuning in for it. How was he hitting those shots, and what was kind of his general game plan with the sniper rifle?
Well, basically, I think that they were just trying to gain some early map control, and since Octane is such a big map, he could just pick people off from across the map, and I actually really like that strategy. I personally, whenever I'm playing, I'll have somebody pull out a sniper on Octane, and I've been curious as to see when a professional team was going to start doing that, and I was really excited when he did that because he obviously started out fantastic.
Well, hopefully Historify is a trendsetter, and we see this more often. I know the Optic Gaming fans, FaZe fans, everyone in competitive Call of Duty wants to see more sniper rifles. Being able to showcase your skills in a respawn game mode with the sniper, that's always fun to watch. We saw Fizzerp do that back in Black Ops 2 at the PAX event. Guys, we're going to throw it to a quick commercial break. When we come back, Thomas and I will talk about the later rounds of the 2K, what went down. It was almost a FaZe on FaZe grand finals. We'll tell you what happened. Be right back.